There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Guilted Into It. Bridget's not here, so we brought somebody in her place who will be quiet and not make fun of me.
Maybe someone who adores you,
Someone who loves me so much.
unconditionally.
So-
And as you know, she can't see you.
So this is Lola. Oh, and we even have a drink for Lola. All right.
She should drink that water though. It looks a
It
little
looks
cloudy.
it's probably very good water. It's warm water. I don't know if
on?
she'd want
I got it
warm,
from the sink.
warm
Are we
water,
on?
but
Yes, we're on.
You know, you guys could have waited 30 seconds for
but
me.
it was funny because the camera was on Lola. Like you
Oh,
were
right.
here.
Well, I missed it.
You did miss it. You'll have to catch it in the reruns.
What's up? What's that?
Oh, this is the
Yeah,
Mets game.
you
That's
have to
all.
lower
I-
the
volume.
I meant to lower the volume, and then it was Siri.
Right.
And
It
this is what
started
I'm
at
talking about.
4:40.
This is what I'm talking about.
Mom, you brought a dog.
And now she's reaching
Oh,
over.
for gosh sakes.
You had to tell her it was. I quit. I'm done with this show.
Oh,
This is the
good.
last
Oh, that
show.
was early. That's a new
Yeah,
record.
wow.
This is the
What was
last
it?
show.
That was
A
like
minute and a
1
half?
minute in.
Because you people don't want it to be good.
Oh,
Sure we do.
excuse me.
Mom, you brought
The dog
your
was
dog.
my idea.
The dog was her idea.
Now, what's she gonna do here tonight
She's
as our guest?
part of the. I thought that you and I could interview her about what it's like to be abandoned.
I think we should do that.
Oh my God, aren't you guys so funny about what it's like to be abandoned?
Right, which because I got a text the other day. Going to Florida, April 21st through the 27th. Lola loves you. That's how it is. I don't even get asked
Lola
for any
loves
permission
you.
anymore. It's just Lola's coming to stay with you.
Lowly. Well,
Pretty much.
well, first of all, before we get into that, because that was on my list of things that we were going to talk about, I do want to wish our friends across the street in Bridal's Reflections, wish them well. They had a small fire.
oh,
You didn't know
that
this?
Yes, that is where my daughter got her wedding dress, but all of the gowns that were purchased by customers were fine. It was just the sample gowns and stuff that were
Really?
damaged, but
Which was probably a lot of
I bet
was
we could go get a
money in
cheap one.
inventory.
probably, but
Fire
I
Now,
just
Pete Alonso did just hit a game time
No.
home run.
Nobody. Fire
Just say
sale.
that.
Wonderful. Everybody missed fire sale.
I'm glad that we don't have a guest tonight because it would be a total embarrassment with this group.
Oh,
you
God.
take everything.
You know, I'm
to
sick
heart.
of you. If you're having such a
Yeah.
bad time, get
Really? You're never here anyway. We have to
Yeah,
always
really.
have a rerun because you are away most
Actually,
of the time.
the three of us are carrying the show on our backs.
Exactly.
Okay, now.
Yep,
Well,
that's what I have to say about that.
We're integral.
Well, anyway,
Anyway.
we did have a rerun last night because last week because I was out of town. But I will the next time I'm out of town, I am going to remote in.
She was out of town.
And how was your out of town weekend?
My out of town weekend was a delight.
Lola wants to relax so badly. She slouched.
No, she's
so
fine.
hard.
She's very comfortable.
Were these washed?
Yes.
Why? Taste a little residue.
What?
All right, Amy, just stop now.
Did you
It tastes
hand wash
funny.
them or put them in your
I
dishwasher?
hand washed
I
them.
think it tastes funny.
No.
Is that a new bottle
Maybe
of
you just
Champagne?
Yes.
don't like prosecco.
Anyway, could we just look at the dog?
Oh,
Look
Could
at
we
her.
just-
She's getting more
look how-
sideways.
It
by the
was
time.
like
Yeah.
she had the prosecco. She's
Yeah,
spent.
she's very chill right now.
She had nerves beforehand, but
Yeah, but she's better now. She's
anyway,
calm.
so I was in South Carolina. It was lovely. I stayed at a friend's house. She just bought a house down in Hilton Head, and to say it was spectacular would be an
I
understatement.
will say this: she very rarely stays at people's residents who live in like a trailer
in
park or
squalor.
something.
Yes, that's
Right.
true.
Yes, she usually goes to very.
Well, I have very high end friends.
I know you do.
So
I don't. So there
I
you
mean,
go.
clearly, I cannot reciprocate. I don't own anything, but it's my winning personality. That's
Right.
what I
It's
bring.
not a party unless Roseanne
That's what I
is
bring.
there.
Yeah.
I bring the
Right.
party.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Yeah, I bring
There
neither.
is something
Let me
wrong
taste
with
it.
my-
I got to
but,
say, you're a corker. There you go.
oh my
Oh.
God, that was like
well,
so
listen,
mean.
I have to contribute something. I'm
Right?
not as witty.
Is it?
I told you.
Is
It's not me.
Oh, wait a minute.
What did you do?
Maybe I didn't wash this one because maybe this was the one that had the Sour Patch Kids.
The what?
That one
sour-
probably had the Sour Patch Kids. It's
I
so
got a dirty
sour.
cup.
It's not dirty. It just has a lot of sour dust on it.
That's what you say. There could be arsenic in there.
It's-
For all
How
I
is
know.
this?
Yeah, it's
No,
okay.
remember
This
it
is
had
fine.
the sugar in there.
I
From.
do, but
That's why it tastes very sour.
Just drink it.
I'm not drinking it. It's disgusting.
It's just got a kick.
Oh, anyway, can we continue with?
I'm making
Can we
noise.
talk about stuff instead of sitting here listening to you complain?
Sorry, Rob.
Go ahead. God, tyrant.
I'm not trying to be
Hold
a
on,
tyrant,
wait.
but nobody wants to see us argue.
Here, go ahead.
Yeah,
talk.
go ahead. What's the topic?
I don't have a topic. I wanted to know how your weeks were and everything.
Well, we hung out this weekend. We went to the Lindenhurst St. Patrick's Day parade
Yes.
well after St. Patrick's Day, but it was a good time.
It
It was
was-
72
was.
degrees out.
Yeah.
Super fun.
It was very fun.
It looked like you
Mhm.
guys had
well,
a good time.
Well,
Before we get to that, we do have a couple of things. I did
Right.
come up with like a run of the show because
What,
you
is
know
there
so you
something?
asked us about our weekend.
Right, imagine
Then when we go
this.
to
Well,
tell it, you tell us, wait.
I didn't know you were going to show
That's later.
pictures.
Well, why can't we show
All right,
pictures?
we can do whatever you guys
When
want.
do you,
We're very
when do you
No,
want
no,
to
no,
show?
disorganized.
do it now. It's fine. It's great.
The last picture, please. 4503. You could show. There, look. There we are.
There we go. There we
We
are.
are.
Oh,
It was
look how
quite
cute.
packified.
Did I have
Yes.
a picture taken?
You did not.
Why?
You
I
left.
don't know where you were.
Oh.
You did leave a little bit early before
Very
the
cute.
pictures.
But
were
we
Very
had
cute.
fun.
Had to
We
get
had a
my
lot
man.
of fun.
Yeah,
I get him home.
I wished I could have been there for that. It did look like fun, and I did see like a picture, like an aerial picture,
Yeah. It was big.
and it looked. I thought I was at first
was
looking at
packed.
the New York City
Yeah.
parade.
I
Really?
will say this though. Every year, my sister comes to definitely the Oktoberfest that we have in Lindenhurst. And she did come to the parade. Did she come last year? No, this would have been.
I
You've
went
never
to the
been.
parade last
You
year.
did, right. So usually what happens is that day, the Oktoberfest is usually gorgeous. It's usually like 70,
Here we
75
go. I
degrees.
know where this is
Right.
going.
And Roseanne
I'm glad
always
you
shows
got
up
the
with the
sauerkraut.
biggest, heaviest turtleneck on
Right.
for that day because technically in her eyes it's full.
She
'Cause
just
it's
did
an
the summer
Oktoberfest.
winter switch.
Right.
And she's reacquainted with all of her massive turtlenecks.
100%. So had she been at this parade,
Mm.
it was 70. It started at 75 degrees out. It was
Right.
very warm. And then it was great. I mean, I was, trying to make sure I didn't sweat through the back. Like I was hot. It was hot. It was hot. And then I went inside to go to use the bathroom in Belfast. And when I came out, it was winter. And I said, how long was I in that bathroom? Because when I went in, it was summer. So you actually would have had the last laugh this
You
year
I would have.
had you been there because I was freezing walking home in my t-shirt.
Yeah.
She, of course, would have been in the hospital with heat stroke.
She
before
would have,
that.
but she would have woke right up once the cold breeze
Right.
came through.
Well,
Right.
you know what happened is we were on the plane to come home, and the pilot said, we're going to land in New York at this time, and it's 78 degrees. And we were like, woohoo. And then we landed. He goes, oh, welcome to New York. It's 50 degrees. And I went, what?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Rob said he
Switched up
heard
real
on the
quick.
news that it was like a record drop. It dropped over 30 degrees in less than an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane.
And it did
Cold front.
while I was inside peeing.
yes, it was.
Well,
it was very cold.
You know, it was in honor of the parade. The gods
I
kept
guess.
it beautiful.
It was great,
a
but-
perfect day.
It was cold.
It was. a
And
perfect day.
she had given me 2 sweatshirts
Yes.
that she bought.
I bought 2 sweatshirts. I walked a block and a half to give it to my mom to bring home so I didn't have to carry it around.
bet you wish you had it.
And I wish I had it. I was
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
good parade though. Very good.
Well,
It was
that's
very
it
good.
was. It was
That
fun.
is
And-
good.
On Sunday, I had a self-care day where
Oh, that's right.
Yep, it was very nice. I went and I got a massage at Hand and Stone. I'll say this. I don't know if I just have like a high tolerance to these things, but it felt like it was very light. You know what I
Gotta go
mean?
to the-
You might need a deep tissue.
I think I need a deep tissue because it was relaxing, but I was like, we're not addressing anything here.
No, then
No,
you
I'm
need
going
to
to walk
go.
out of here with knots.
You need to go to one of the
Oh,
foot
well, if
spas,
you wanted knots out, you had to
Yeah.
tell them.
and you have to go to the
Yeah.
foot spa.
I
You
then?
told
can't
them-
just assume.
I told him, you fill out a form. Let me explain
they
something.
don't look at the form.
You fill out the form beforehand. You what pressure you want, what you want them to focus on, yada yada. Well, guess what? It's like the form is erased from their memory because they walk in. The guy was a little. he was a little off-putting, honestly. He was like a nice
Wait a
enough
minute.
guy.
Whoa. A guy?
Yes, I had no choice because it was hard to get an appointment.
Did you keep on any apparel?
No. No, I did
Ooh.
not. And
Not
we
for
fell in
me.
love, and it was very inappropriate.
Really?
Did I ever
Yeah.
tell you about
Oh, another
the
wedding?
massage I had? And I was massaged by Stanley from The Office.
Not the real Stanley.
That is exactly what he looked like. He looked like Stanley from The Office. And throughout the entire massage, he sat.
Mm.
He sat. And every 5 minutes had to do a full crack of all of his knuckles because
That's tough.
he has issues from his job. And I'm like, you mean the job you're not doing right now because it took him 20 minutes to get situated in his goddamn seat that he had to sit in. And then he'd be like, he'd sit and he'd go, I'd feel him. He'd be like leaning on me going. And I'm like, is that
He has
a weird
arthritis.
technique or are you cracking your knuckles? It was a terrible massage.
Well, this
Terrible.
guy was nice. I mean, he had very soft feminine hands for
Oh,
a
I was
man.
going to say dainty, huh?
Yes, it felt dainty. And I was put off immediately because he like brings me to the room or whatever. And then he like really doesn't say much in the way of just like acquainting me to the experience. He basically just goes, anything specific? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I was so put off by the way he asked me. I was like, I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? And he was just like, like any like areas or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, like my shoulders and my whatever. And he's like, okay. And then he shuts the door. I was like, guess I should strip now.
He didn't even tell you.
Ooh.
He literally was like, okay.
And then
well,
not
you'll-
know what
he
to
goes,
do,
you'll
though?
no, I know. He's like, okay, you'll start face down or whatever. And I was like, I don't think I like the sound of that. But I proceeded to take my clothes off anyway, and I did what he told me to do.
Yeah.
And it was overall, I would say, a kind of a very
Mediocre.
It was fine. I don't feel like it relieved my tensions
You
at
gotta
all.
go to the
Now-
place by me, the Golden Foot Spa.
Oh yeah,
When you go to a foot spa, right?
Yeah.
They
Sometimes they beat the shit out of you.
they don't ask you zip.
Nope.
No.
You
They
get
don't
what
ask
you don't get upset.
But
Right.
let me tell you something. There were times where I would swear that the 4'11" Asian woman who was giving me the massage was doing handstands on my back. She got.
Oh yeah.
She was
the place
in
that I
there.
go to, they actually get up on the table. They have the bars that you hold on to that they hold to walk on people.
Oh,
like-
Wow,
It's like acrobatics.
that's cool.
that's crazy.
yeah. But
Oh.
they give a really good massage.
See, that reminds me of my encounter at the doctor's with the young fellow who had to give me the EKG. Remember that story?
I do remember
Yeah.
that story. Yes.
Yeah, I would not feel comfortable with a young man giving me a massage. It'd be like my grandson giving me one.
Well, that I don't
couldn't.
think it's like that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
Do
too
you look
old.
at every man and equate them to your grandson?
A young man.
Why?
Look how old I am,
So
and
what?
a young man. It would be like you're a kid,
Well,
and
he
you.
probably doesn't want to rub you with his skin moves all over the place.
That old creepy skin.
It'd be like rubbing a melted ice pack.
Yes, I know. Well, he won't have to worry because it's not going to happen. So there.
A melted ice pack. That's hilarious, Bridget. Oh my goodness.
You're lucky I can laugh at it with the
Yes.
abuse. You
That's
think
good.
you have abuse?
Well, it
You're
trickles
lucky.
down.
You're very
never
lucky.
gonna be able to touch a melted ice pack.
Not that
You know,
bad.
Speaking of abuse,
Yes.
I inadvertently abused your washing machine this past week.
You did.
My washing machine broke. So all of the clothes were very wet. They were sopping. And so I needed a
Wow.
working washing machine. Well, she was, in a shock to no one, out of town. So I went to her apartment and I was like, no problem here. I can throw the clothes in, just put them on a spin cycle, spin them out. Turns out you cannot do that because it's very unbalanced in the machine. So I'm sitting there, me and Carrie minding our own business.
Well,
And-
let me interject. You you have to make sure you arrange the clothes.
Okay, well, I wasn't about
evenly.
to sit there and do a puzzle over the whole thing. I threw them in. And then we're minding our own business, and all of a sudden it's like boom, 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 boom. And the whole washing machine is really just
Moving.
banging back
Yeah.
and forth. And so we run into the room, and I'm like, oh
What is-
shit. So I'm like, open the lid, open the lid. We open the lid, and nothing stops. It's still spinning, still booming. And I was like, unplug it. I unplugged it.
Just had to turn it off.
And it finally we killed it. We murdered it. And I
Oh
was
my
like, well,
God.
that probably wasn't good. So then we took everything out and we put everything in the dryer, which was good for a couple of minutes. But then the dryer kind of started making a noise as well. So we're like, you know what?
Oh my
Let's
God.
take half of the stuff out of the dryer and dry it. And so it was a kind of a whole ordeal.
So does she not know she needs a dryer too?
That's next. No, the dryer is good. We saved that in time, but the washing machine is most certainly
Yes.
I
And
mean,
so,
that's happened on my washing
but-
machine though. It shouldn't be dead.
right.
Well,
I think
but-
it was on the fritz already. It was on its way
no,
out.
it wasn't.
Yes, it
here's,
was.
Here's
It's on
what
its way out.
happened. So then I went and did a load of laundry, thinking that happened just because it was uneven. Then, and I did like the smallest load, right? So I just put it in and it did it, and it's spinning, and it starts with the boom, boom, boom. And I go in, and the washing machine, which is against the wall, is now halfway into the room and starting to turn. So
Oh yeah, the washing machine was in the kitchen
Yeah.
basically when this all happened.
Oh my
So I
God.
hit the button, I opened the lid, and I put in a maintenance request. The maintenance man comes, calls me, tells me he's going to come. And I told him what happened. Not that you broke it. I just told him, I don't know.
So
I
that's
got
the-
back from a
Good
trip,
thing
and
you tipped him
right?
at Christmas.
that's why I get what I need. But whatever.
Yeah.
So listen.
You
So
tipped him.
then I said, he goes, all right. He comes in, he starts filling it with water, and it starts spinning. And he goes, well, it's not making any noise. And I went, there aren't any clothes in it. You got to have the clothes to make the noise. So I did another load today, right, to just
Mhm.
double check because
Right.
they closed my maintenance ticket with no resolution. And it started doing it again. And then I put in a ticket, and he called me, and I went into the laundry room, and he's going, what? And I went, yeah, that's the washer. He's like, we're going to order you a new one.
Well,
So you're not allowed to touch it.
perhaps the most unsettling part of the whole experience for me was that really the sound of it was very thunderous, and it sounded like something very bad was happening in your apartment. And not one of your elderly neighbors called to check up on you.
Because they can't hear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can't hear.
I
was
don't know
gonna
about
say,
that.
you probably scared them. They
Probably.
probably fainted.
Guess what? A 55 and over is a great place to commit murder because there will be not a single
Jesus.
reliable witness. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know that.
Oh
And
my
by
God.
the
I
way,
do
there
know that.
was an ambulance last night.
Yes.
Anyone you knew?
Yes.
Any of your
Last night?
charges?
Not
Yes.
last night. Sunday night.
No,
was
this
it?
was last night it came in.
When-
Another one came in last
Oh, I
night.
don't know about that, but we did have a
Did you
a
lose
resident
anyone?
pass away.
The one, the guy's mother?
Yes.
Oh, you're not going to see him anymore?
No, he
I will
he
say,
stabbed his
I
friend.
will say, I do think I'm making
Just
some,
wait.
I think I'm making some sort of enemy in your community, or at least someone who seems very suspicious of me, because every time you're not there, I am, and I always bring a lot of stuff. And so the last time, since our clothes were very wet, we had a whole laundry basket full of clothes. We put it on the curb, and then I drove away to park. And there was a guy standing outside smoking. He was staring at me the whole time, and he watched me dump
Well,
a suspicious package.
But he was doing his own illegal thing, so I
He
wouldn't
was.
worry
Well,
about
that's
it.
my thing against him.
Yeah.
So then we bring it all upstairs or whatever. And then when I came back down with the thing later, he was out there again, and he's seen me there every single time.
And he's probably telling his children right now, there's some girl who keeps stalking me every time I'm
Right.
outside. She's outside.
So let
me ask
and I
you,
don't think she
um,
lives there.
How many washing machines have you broke? And
Just that one.
never before?
No, because if you, I will call my uncle right now. He's always says these things are not built to last.
He doesn't
and-
think anything is built to
And
last.
that's what it is. It is not me.
I'm the only
I do
thing
an
built to
appropriate.
last.
I do an appropriate size load of laundry.
What would be appropriate
Well,
for you?
Yeah, really.
What do you deem as appropriate?
I'm not like shoving stuff in there. I'm putting it in
But you
until it's
put,
full.
you put a
Speaking of-
huge load of wet
Not
well-
clothes in the dryer.
Not
Here's the
true.
thing too. Also,
Incorrect.
not only does Bridget break washing machines and do her own laundry, but she has other people do her laundry.
What do you mean?
Don't you have something for grandma?
Oh,
Oh no.
well, I seem to be the queen of getting oil stains on all of my clothes. So this one here, this was at the St. Patrick's Day parade. I had pizza.
Oh, I
so
see
that's
it. There's
there.
a nice big one.
You'll have to take care of that because I do like this shirt for
Oh, of
you know the
course.
St. Patrick's Day
when
holidays.
do you want it? When do you need it by?
By next March.
Okay.
And this one here, I think
Oh, I
there's just
hate these sweatshirts.
well, there's general malaise here, so you
let
can
me
deal
let
with
me
that.
ask you though. Have these been washed?
Yes,
You washed them.
she washed them.
They're not
She
gonna.
tell
It's not
me.
gonna come out.
Just do your best.
Did
Do-
you? Wait, wait,
Don't give it back to me unless
Did you-
it is as good as new.
wait. Did you wash them in hot water?
No,
Cold?
very cold.
Freezing
I'll-
cold.
I'll
Freezing,
try.
Like an ice bath.
I
Right.
think you're lying.
All right, we
No,
need to
I'm
move
not.
on. We need to move on.
Darn.
Okay.
Do you know what
Tennessee.
today's national holiday
Oh
is?
God, what is it?
Son-in-law day.
Well, it is. I didn't know that though.
Oh, I
But this was better.
You brought Lola. I should have brought Rob.
It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
Oh,
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter. All right. So anyway, it is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, and I did not make peanut butter and jelly, but I did bring.
Wow. You think she would have prepared for today? Little Miss prepared.
I did bring Reese's peanut butter cups
that's nice.
to celebrate, and I also did prepare
Thank
a
you, Sarah.
small bit of trivia.
Oh.
Here, let me throw this to the studio audience. You get a Reese's, and you
You
get
get
a
a
Reese's, and you get a Reese's. A lot of people here
Alright.
tonight.
So I did prepare a small amount of trivia.
Oh,
Get a
don't look.
Reese's.
Wait, do we all get to participate?
Yes, these are true false.
Okay.
So everybody's going
Wow.
to get to
Is it all
Take their
thematically
guess.
peanut butter and jelly?
what?
Is it about the theme?
Well, it's about peanut butter.
All right.
It's peanut butter and jelly day. What do you?
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Kill me.
So true or false?
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter was first invented by the Aztecs.
True.
Mm. Feels like it would
Sure.
be true, but what if it was
I'll
the
go.
Incas?
I'll bite.
You have to think about the Incas. I'll go true.
That is true.
Knew it.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
They were the first to crush peanuts into a delicious paste, and
Smart people.
they did so.
They
Good.
were. Okay.
All right. So soldiers in the Civil War invented the first peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't think it was the soldiers. No, it was not.
It was their wives.
Wives,
The wives.
the medics, or someone invented that.
It was a woman.
Well,
Yep.
somebody must have tripped, and
Are you saying
the
Civil War?
guy said,
No.
"You just got jelly on my peanut butter," and that's how it happened.
I don't think so. Although you could have been there to witness.
So
And you're never going to make it to the next
so
generation.
that is actually true.
Mm.
Really?
They got rations of peanuts and jelly, and they crushed it up and put it together to make a snack. And
Second coming of the Aztecs.
when they came back, yeah, they shared their delightful treat with everybody.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So
My son thanks you. He loves peanut butter.
according to a survey, the average American will eat nearly 4,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in their lifetime. True or false?
I think it's false.
Feels like a
That's
lot.
A lot
A
of,
lot
peanut
of
butter and jelly
sandwiches.
Try to take into account allergies.
Yeah.
Too high. False.
And I just started eating peanut butter.
Okay. That is false, but
Mm.
the number is 3,000.
Mm.
And by the time you've left high school, you've already eaten 2,500.
I don't think I did. Now, if it was ham and cheese sandwiches,
Yeah,
I've
then-
already met
That-
3,000.
But this is like
Robert's
based on the
definitely had that
survey
many.
on an average type of deal.
How many ham and cheese sandwiches do you think I've had in my life?
Oh my God. I don't know. What are you alive?
Well, and I recently read a book that I wrote in 5th grade, and
You had a lot of
I was
ham and
talking
cheese.
about ham and cheese sandwiches in there.
You've had a lot of
So,
ham and cheese
I think
sandwiches.
I've clocked a good couple thousand.
At
Probably
least
4K.
maybe
4K
three,
ham
three,
and
There's a
four.
cheese.
whole pig, I
You-
think you
yeah.
ate.
You write a whole story about.
Exactly.
Right.
Your ham and cheese. All right. I only have
Yeah.
2 more questions
Okay.
Mhm.
and a bonus.
Oh,
Okay. Peanuts are actually a legume, not a nut.
True.
true.
That is true.
Mhm.
That
Right.
is true. Peanuts are a bean. or
Legume.
legume.
God, I hate beans.
All right. And then peanut butter is a flavor in 3 out of the 5 most popular Girl Scout cookies. True or false?
All right, let's think about this. Tag-alongs.
Dosey does.
They're not in a Samoa, so that's tough.
No, that's false. There's two.
I think that's false.
That is false. It's only 2.
Bop,
Nice.
boom. Bang.
All right. And then the bonus question. Name the company that was the first to make combined peanut butter and jelly.
Mars.
No.
Oh, the company? I thought it was a candy
think-
company.
Mm-mm.
Maybe.
Schmuckers?
Chip.
Smuckers.
Smuckers.
Gotta be.
Oh,
Smuckers.
You
Well
said
done,
Schmuckers.
ladies. You said Schmuckers.
Schmuckers.
Same thing. I forgot. I was thinking
Schmuckers.
about a candy.
Please pass
Yeah.
the jelly.
It is,
So,
of course. All right,
And
good.
now you can't even have peanut butter in schools if somebody has an allergy.
Sun butter.
Yeah.
What's that?
Sunflower butter.
Yeah, they don't even
Oh.
use peanut. They don't even make it anymore because I think they tried to do the sunflower butter, and kids were like, "Bleh."
Disgusting.
"I'd rather have my throat swell up than eat
Yeah.
that." It was gross.
Do you know
Yeah.
what someone brought in today? Today was birthday day at bowling, and
Oh.
we celebrate the birthday. So one team usually brings in the stuff for the people having a birthday in April, and they had bagels and a big cake, and they had cinnamon butter in the tub. Have you seen that? Like Land O'Lakes,
Oh.
spreadable.
No, for the bagels?
Yes, it was cinnamon.
No
cinnamon-
regular butter.
I don't think I like that.
Oh yeah, but
Sure
the
you have.
cinnamon butter.
It's like the
Look
maple butter and stuff
Oh,
like that. You
But
would
not
have.
on, not on my
shit.
bagel. Oh,
It looked like baby fat.
It did.
That's what you just
It
said.
really did. I don't know if I could eat it. I couldn't.
I have to. I'm going off a little bit, just a little bit off.
Shocking.
hmm
But she did mention cinnamon butter, and then we said maple butter, and it reminded me that I went to IHOP this weekend.
right. hmm
Rob wanted to go.
Was it delightful?
Yeah,
I like the little
they
shaved hash
changed
browns.
everyth
Do they still have
they-
the shavy hash
Yeah,
browns?
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay,
they
those are the
changed
best.
like their menu's different. Everything's different, right? And I got eggs with Canadian bacon, and
really?
well, I wanted sausage. Your uncle got the root and toot and fresh and fruity. Is that still a thing?
What's
Root
that?
and toot and fresh and
There used to
fruity.
be a dish there.
Yeah,
No, he
that's
got
it.
like the sampler, so he got
Oh.
everything, but he didn't want the Canadian bacon, so I took it and gave him one of my sausages. Anyway, everything was like extra good. It was weird.
Was it now?
Like
was
they-
it possibly because you had a slight hangover from the parade the day before?
No, that had nothing to do with it.
Okay,
The potatoes
she's leaving.
No.
were equally as good, but different. And really, like I looked at him, I was like, I don't feel like everything was so greasy and gross. Like it was, I
Wow.
don't know.
Maybe they're
Alright,
getting in
so
the corner.
Kind of stepped
A
up their
plus
game
on-
because
on-
they
on
had
that.
to. All the diners closed.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
water's gonna kill her.
Yeah, I don't think she should drink that water.
Gosh.
It's from the
Thirsty.
sink.
It's fine.
Oh, she's
all
a
right.
dog.
She licks her
I know.
butt.
You know
She's
why
all right.
she's thirsty? Because every time I go over to your apartment, her bowl is bone
Wow,
dry.
she's really parched.
Must have been that chicken.
Okay, there it is. All right, she's choking. She's
Is she?
choking on that water. Oh,
Is she?
all right.
you okay?
Now my leg is wet. and
You
I can't
alright?
See that? My leg is wet.
You're like,
That was good. She
What
was
was
so
in that?
dry, I think. Yeah, right? Oh my God. Oh God. Why do I listen to people? Look at
Why
you.
don't you take her?
I am covered in, you can't see, thank God. I am covered in
Yeah.
my dog hair.
yes, you are.
She coughed out water onto my leg. She was just choking.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
So,
God.
so, all right.
All right.
We had
a break.
a very interesting
Oh yeah.
week.
Are we gonna take a break?
Oh, we have to do Judgy. All right, let's take a break. I guess we'll hear
I don't
from.
know. Did you not want to?
Let's take a break. We'll
Let's take a
hear
break.
from LifeVac because they're not a sponsor, but we just like to think they are. So we'll be right back after this message.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I have 30 seconds to give you a very important message. My name is Arthur Lee. I'm the CEO and inventor of LifeVac, a simple choking rescue device that could save a life in a choking emergency. We've saved over 3,000 lives now, but we're not there. 5,000 people a year choke to death, one child every 5 days. Please consider protecting your family in a choking emergency with LifeVac. Go to lifevac.net today. Thank you for your time.
Oh, she thinks she's leaving.
All right, we're back. And our audience member just sat in the fart chair, makes a big loud fart sound. Lola's had enough of stardom.
Yes.
You can't let her roam.
She's running away. Let her just explore the
yeah.
environment.
No.
She's exploring
Well,
the
you took her
environment.
out. She doesn't have to go again.
I know. I worry. You know,
Then you should have left her at
You
home.
worry
I
about
should have left her
the
at home, but I
broad- My
didn't.
idea.
It was Amy's
God.
brilliant idea.
I thought she'd be good fodder.
She's cute. She was cute though.
She was cute.
I mean, the drinking out of the glass itself was priceless.
I was hoping
Yeah.
that
Up on me.
a doggy eye doctor was watching and could diagnose her cataract.
Oh my god.
Anyone can do that just by looking at her.
Yeah, but we did look up what cataracts cost for dogs.
When? How much
Yes.
is that?
Anywhere between 2,000 and 4,000
Well, you have
per
coverage.
eye.
Don't
Maybe
have
if you
coverage?
took one
Insurance,
less trip
though.
annually, you could give her back her vision.
Listen, I am not so sure.
We have
I know that
insurance.
there are things that point to her being blind, like
Ma-
when she walks into things. However, I took her out this afternoon
Could just be old.
and literally on the other side of the complex, across where
Was it
you
daylight?
enter, it was daylight and there was a
There you go.
dog.
she
Mom,
smelled
she
it.
smells
There,
Yes.
it was dark in the house, and I held a treat this far away from her face, and she was like, "What? Where is it?" And I had to touch her nose with it before she grabbed it. So I'll tell you what, she can't see.
All right.
But she could smell.
She can. Hat sniffer is
Roseanne's
good.
gonna wait until Lola dies and then wait for the autopsy to tell her she couldn't see this
Right.
whole time.
There won't be a. Mom, turn your volume down.
It's actually yours.
No, it's hers.
It's off.
Oh no, hers is up. Okay.
It was off.
Anyway,
Anyway, so we had a very well, you really had more of an interesting week. I was
Yes.
not
because
around
you
for a
did
lot of
not
it.
Arrange any of your plans.
And
so
I asked if I could go with her on the next trip, and she flatly refused me.
mhm.
Old woman, you're staying home.
I don't believe I used those words.
Well, you.
I
kind
believe
of-
I said no.
That's what you were thinking. You're too old. Stay home. We don't need someone to slow us down.
Well, now that you've said it for me, I don't have to.
Right? Well, listen, I know where I stand, or fall, or sit. I know.
Anywho,
So there. It's
I
all right.
know
Just
that-
remember, I gave you life, and you wouldn't be going on all these trips if I didn't give you life.
Okay.
Just remember that.
so I know in the past I may have made a comment or two about my other parent.
Mm.
But as Roseanne has titled the show, right?
You can't make this up.
Things happened. And well, back in February, we went to go see him.
We did.
For me, it was the first time in
40 years.
40. I didn't say
Yeah,
4. I
40.
said 14
40.
Right.
years. And it was bizarre for me, but it was good. And then he came up this past weekend, and stayed with me.
Well, first of all, he calls. And sometimes it's the most inopportune time, but when he calls you and he's got a question, he kind of wants an answer, right?
Yeah.
Right then and there. And so he asked me about dates, and I was driving, and I was like, I think that's good. And I knew, that I knew I was going to be away from the Wednesday on. I had
You can pretty much just assume
I
you're
had
going to be away from Wednesday on, whatever week someone asks
She
you. for
literally
free.
had something to do every day.
I
Except for
had
Monday.
forgotten that I was in New Jersey at a convention, and then
in Massachusetts.
in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. And then I had the Broadway Cabaret, which, if we can just for 1 minute take a little veer off,
Right,
was great.
You're in charge, boss.
My song went great. My song went great.
Oh yeah, did you ever get a video of that?
No, I don't think there is video, which I'm a little disappointed in.
Wow.
But then I'm kind of glad, because Bridget would never ever let me live it down. That I was a little concerned. I always get nervous now because I don't sing all the time like I used to. So like I wanted to do a really good job. I've never sung Don't Rain on My Parade before. And when you do that part, hey, Mr. Ornstein, here I am. And the audience started clapping, and I was holding the note and they were clapping. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started singing again. And then at the very end, the last 2 lines before the big finale, I was supposed to say, I've simply got to march. My heart's a drummer. And I forgot the words. And I was like, comer, my heart's a drummer.
It will never fail. It will never fail. She has
But
one
then
job.
the end
How
was
you were ever off book
phenomenal.
for Annie is beyond
the
me.
end was phenomenal. And then I went up to the microphone and I said, who needs lyrics? Whatever. It was fine. But anyway,
Sure.
so that's where I was.
Yes.
And the only day I had was Monday. Continue.
So, Sunday, when I picked him up from the airport, we went back to my house, and Bridget and Carrie were there, and Grace and her boyfriend Hunter were there. My husband, myself, we had a lovely day.
Mhm.
I cooked, we hung out. They deemed him Grand Paul because his name is Paul.
Yep.
So that's what they
That's
called him,
cute.
Grand Paul. And we had a really nice day. And then Monday, we went over, we met Roseanne for breakfast, and then we went over by her.
And we were playing cards, and I was going to
cards,
make
whatever.
dinner. And I just checked this one's location and saw that she was home.
All by myself.
And I knew that was what it was going to be. I'm all by myself, and there with them, and I can't. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, think what you want. I think
So,
100%.
100%, right? So I look across the table to my father, and I go, I got a question for you, and I'm not being like silly or whatever. I go, how would you feel about your ex-wife coming for dinner?
The old bed.
And he goes,
Well, she said your first one.
wait, he goes, yeah, I don't care. And I went, your first ex-wife. He's like, yeah, I know what you meant. So then I text her and tell her, he's there, whatever. Would you like to come for dinner? And her text back was, seriously?
And then I
Wow.
started hyperventilating.
And then Amy was a puddle of tears when she saw her parents in the room together for the
I
did,
first
I
time in
cried.
40
Imagine
years.
my surprise when I get this text from my mom during the workday. Hey, making chicken cutlets tonight and Aunt Nancy Rice if you want to stop by for dinner on your way home. Well, I didn't know that what I was walking into, and I walk into my grandma and grandpa having a jolly old reunion that no one told me about.
And I believe he's watching
And
tonight.
it
Hi,
actually listen, it was very emotional for me because when my mom came in, they immediately said hello to each other, and they
I'm
were,
human.
I know that, Mom. This is not a dig. It's quite the opposite
Kidding.
of that, right? I never thought I was going to be in a room with my father again in this lifetime. I really never thought I'd be in the same room with both my parents again. I was very young when my parents got divorced, so I don't really have any memories of them together.
Yeah.
So when
Wow.
she walked in and they were talking, I didn't know quite
And
what
I'm
to
like,
do with
I'm
myself.
going to her. What's the matter? Are you okay?
And I'm
You
laughing
look
in the
funny.
kitchen. I'm just laughing at her. I
But
just
I
think
didn't know
she's
she was
crying.
crying.
Because I said I didn't think I'd ever be in the same room with the two of you again.
yeah.
And then when we were leaving, we had to drop my mom off at her apartment, and I asked them if we could do 1, 2, 3 swing in the parking lot, but they didn't want to do it.
What?
Remember she asked you if you could do 1, 2, 3 swing?
Right. With little
I don't think they
Stu.
could have.
That
No.
would have been.
I think
don't
one
know.
swing, and that would have been the
Yeah.
end of it.
Oh,
So,
my bad.
That
My
would've been-
bad.
but I
Oh,
did
my
want
bad.
to try.
But it was actually, it turned out just to be really lovely.
And then there's this very special gift. If we could show up here.
so
it's,
yeah, you have some
The
pictures,
first
right?
photo. I believe it's the first photo. Yes. That is my mom
There
and
it
my
is.
dad
Oh.
and me and my sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the
There's
first
Grandpa.
family
Mhm.
photo
Yeah.
in. And you know what? Can you make that a little bigger, Jacqueline? I don't know.
Ooh,
Doesn't he kind of look like the guy from Up?
A little bit.
I can
yeah.
see that.
with the balloons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
okay.
my husband said when he took that photo, he said he said it was really like mind blowing. He said because he's known me and all of us, and he said I was taking a picture of a complete family. He said he thought that was really
It was nice.
it was really cool.
Yeah, I
So
mean, listen,
it
from my end, I never thought that I'd, ever be in a picture again as, a once family. And it was very
Yeah,
nice
it
to
really
be able
is. I
to
will
make
cherish
that come
photo.
true for you and everybody
was-
else.
yeah.
So,
it just kind of eases like angst now, and
yeah,
like I don't have to worry when he comes up like that. You're like,
alone.
oh, I can't be. It's not
No, I know.
it's a nice
I
it's a nice
know. Well,
thing.
there's
It
no
really
reason
is,
why-
so.
And listen, years have gone
Yeah.
by that after a while you can't even remember what you were upset about,
Yeah, well, he
It's
can't
like-
remember what he talked to me about yesterday, so he definitely can't remember what he was upset about.
Well, listen, I always say it takes more effort to hate than to forgive.
It definitely does.
This
So,
is true.
And we do have just 2 more photos because he was at the parade on the day that he
He
was
was.
leaving. So, in all the time we were together, we realized we forgot to take a
Yeah.
photo of him
Aw,
with the kids. So
oh,
we got that
oh, I
one,
didn't see that with
and then
Grace.
there's
Cute.
just the one
Yeah.
more right underneath it, and then that's all.
Oh,
There's us together.
that's
I
very
was
cute.
missing.
you
You
were.
were missing.
I was there, but we left.
Yeah.
You did.
So it was nice.
but
it was nice.
and him and Otto met,
Yes.
Mhm.
and
Yes.
it was
Mm-hmm. A lovely day.
I was a
What
little.
were
I'm
you
not gonna lie.
doing?
I was a little like anxious,
Apprehensive.
and then my sister wasn't going to be around, and I was like, really? But it really was a really nice visit.
No,
Yep,
it
very
is.
happy.
It is, and I don't know about you, but I would look forward to him coming up again. I
Yeah,
think it
no,
would
I'm
be
I'm
maybe not as
happy.
rushed, and you might be around.
I will be
yes,
around.
Rose- oh no,
Right.
I'm going to tie her down to
We'll leave
her
it when I see
door
it.
the next time.
All of your
They're
adoring
like,
fans
oh,
will
you
just have to
retired.
wait.
You can do whatever you want. And then every time I do
Within
something I
reason.
want, they're like, again?
That's
Again?
because
That's not it.
That's because you going away results in Lola shitting in my house no less than 3 times.
But as I predicted, it was after 3 days. You
Yes.
got the poo poo, and then what did I say to you last night?
Spike
Did
poop.
you get the spike poop? She did.
Yeah,
Wow.
she was mad.
She
Well, one
is
thing, she
consistent.
might be
She
blind,
is.
but she
Yes.
never forgets.
No,
She
she's
never
consistent.
forgets.
She's
Not.
like an elephant.
She's
She
very
is.
consistent.
A little
So-
elephant, but an elephant
Now,
nonetheless.
I'm
Yes,
hoping you have something for your segment. I know you
Well,
talked
it's-
about
yeah,
something,
I mean,
right?
It's not
Well, no, I think.
very,
Well, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry, we'll make it good.
Well, I did happen to.
Hold on. And now it's time for Judgy Judy.
They don't have it.
She's got it.
Oh, she's got it. Okay. Where's
All rise for the Honorable Judgy Judy.
But the graphics on this show, it's like it's
Really tough.
1985.
It's really tough.
I did the best I could.
Low budget.
Come on, I
was
thought I got
good. I
her little
thought-
head on there.
yeah.
Very
I
good.
thought
No,
it was good.
that's stunning.
I'm impressed.
So, what is
All
your
right, so what are
Judgy
you
Judy?
judging?
Well, I went to see a really great concert called Il Volo. They are 3 young Italian singers, and they have personality galore, not to mention looks. I mean, humma. But anyway,
Did you
Hubba,
say
hubba.
Hummer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hubba,
did.
hubba.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm old. Anyway, it was a
I
really
mean, to
nice
each their own,
concert.
but-
Really, really nice. Except I couldn't really see too much. The woman in front of me, her head was exactly where they stood. But I just thought to myself, even though a lot of their songs were in Italian, but they also sang in English.
Oh, no, she's
And I
gonna
just
say it.
thought, oh my God, it's so nice to be able to understand the words to a
Yes.
song. And that they weren't vulgar words, very vulgar, which I won't say. But
thank you.
Oh, thank God.
yeah, no, I'm not going to say it.
You'll
Because-
never see.
because what she dropped to us on the phone was totally
Yeah,
different than that.
But you'll never
So,
see
thank
Il
goodness.
Volo on the Grammys, unfortunately.
No, and
you
I
know?
wouldn't want them on the Grammys.
No.
But as I said, I know I'm of a different generation, and my parents thought Elvis was, but I think that I'll watch Saturday Night Live, and they have a guest star on the singing.
They just have
Couldn't
the
tell
worst
you one word
singers.
they said.
really do.
Yeah.
They'll sing into the
Well, it's kind of, they say it's like that
and
SNL
anyway,
curse that they're bad on SNL.
Yeah,
I
but
just
they just have the most arbitrary band. Sorry,
They
Mom.
do.
Oh yeah, no. But anyway, it was just lovely. If they come back, which they will, anybody out there, I highly recommend you go
So-
see them.
Yeah, that wasn't judgy.
That was
That
a
was more of a
positive
positive,
judgment.
but
Well, no, what I'm judging is the singers today don't know
Yes.
how to sing without all the amplification and just kind of sticking their mouth up against the microphone. And I mean, I don't know what they're singing about. I really don't know. I know there's going to come a day when you won't either.
Yeah,
I
it'll be,
believe that.
And
Well-
so get a grip, people, because you're a fly by night, all of you who come along 1, 2, 3. But El Volo will be
Yes,
around
fact.
forever.
there it
A
is.
judge.
That was good.
That's-
You know,
that's it.
speaking of
Well
singers
done.
on SNL, did you see that Morgan Wallen
Walked
just
off.
did,
Yes.
and he walked off during the
Yeah,
credits?
he was like, "I'm out."
yeah,
I'm
and then
outie.
he posted a picture on his Instagram of his private jet, and it said, "Get me to
back-
God's
That's
country."
right. Get me
That's
back
right.
to God's
So,
country. Yeah.
guess he didn't have a good time
I guess
at
not.
SNL.
It's not for
John-
everybody.
Hold on. John LaRocchi is sending
Did
smoke
you see the
signals.
Italian group just now in Volo?
Yes.
Did you go to the concert?
Yes.
It'll
My two
go.
daughters went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
loved
they.
it.
Yes.
Off
Yeah.
camera
Put you in a
conversation.
fit.
This was an off-camera
Yeah.
conversation.
This is
Well,
definitely.
I just have to say though, I have to jump back a minute when we were talking about judges. I had my day in court.
Oh right.
Oh, right.
Have you received a verdict yet?
Not yet. They
Oh.
send it to you in the mail.
Oh,
But just talk about the court system for a minute. And again, it was small claims court.
Yes.
All right. But
not going to criminal
But
trial.
tell
here.
them what happened.
There were 34 cases on the docket because they only hold court at that particular court on Thursdays. So there was a lot.
Once again.
Right.
And then you have to first go through the whole process of, is everybody here? Does anybody want to reschedule? Does anybody want to talk to the arbitrator? All this stuff. Can you work it out on your own outside? Every time he asks the same questions to each person.
Formalities.
So I was number, you guessed it, 34 on the docket. Yep. And I was there on time, bright and early. And then, the other party who brought me to that place that day, they said that they would, see the arbitrator. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll see the arbitrator. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting. And a lot of people who were waiting for the arbitrator actually spoke to each other and worked it out. But
Not
Nope.
yours.
Not you.
they
Not your
didn't,
people's
that wasn't me.
chance.
They didn't want to listen. It was their show. They're the ones that brought me there. So I figure if they wanted to talk about it, that would have been their opportunity.
Can I just
So wait,
interject?
nope.
No,
So
no,
when
no.
the
Oh.
arbitrator came out at 12 o'clock, when they all shut that whole thing down at 12:45 for lunch, he was like, I'm not really sure I can get to you guys. And he's like, did you figure anything out amongst yourselves? And one of them said no. I said, well, they haven't said a word to me since we've been sitting out here. So how could there possibly be any sort of resolution to anything? And one of them sneered. Anyway,
A sneer.
unlikely.
he came out and he said, he goes, well, you guys are going to have to just go to trial then. So I proceeded to wait out alone in the room with the three of them for like 45 minutes. It was.
But can I
So-
just
Oh, you had to wait
interject?
through lunch?
No. I thought I was going to have to come back
Oh.
after lunch. Thank God.
But no, to start the day off, I had a doctor appointment in Lindenhurst, and I usually go get a bagel so that when I come out, I can
Give me
eat it because I
sales
have to fast, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the bagel store, and I just had a feeling,
Don't say any
a
names.
premonition. And sure enough, in walks 3 of them. And
All of them.
I'm standing there waiting for my
Wow.
bagel, and I hear, hello, Judy.
Oh,
And I looked back and I go, hello.
To
And I
which she
loved it
replied.
because I'm sure they thought that I was there to support my daughter, Amy, who showed up by herself. So, I was very happy in a way to see them. But anyway, you handled yourself beautifully.
I was pissed. She said hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we each pled our case basically, and then they send you on your way with no information. I didn't get out of there till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, from 9:30 in the morning.
So stay tuned
So
for
stay
the
tuned for the
updates.
verdict.
But we are running out of time, and you know what time it is at the end of the show. What do we always
Shameless,
do?
shameless plugs written on a pink background. You didn't
I
put a ton
know.
of effort into that.
I know.
Maybe Carrie can make us one on Canva.
Maybe she can, but shameless
Carrie's
plugs.
been doing a lot on Canva these past couple of days
She's
because
been.
I can't figure it out.
Canva can be a little tricky. I'm not gonna lie to you, it can be tricky. So what do we have coming
Don't
up?
be mean. I was giving you a nice shout out
So-
on the podcast. So 6 people are going to now know
We
about
do
that.
have Easter coming up, which is exciting, and then I will be going back to Florida that week, the 21st.
I'll have Lola all of
But-
those days.
On May 1st, and I don't have a flyer for this, Jacqueline, so don't worry. On May 1st, I am doing comedy at Napper Tandy's in Northport.
Mm.
And then on May 4th, I will be at the Forest Hills Comic-Con, scheduled to appear there. Then on May 9th and 10th,
Oh, no.
PaisanaCon.
Oh, God.
And I will be there for that. And then on the 17th and 18th, we will be in Atlantic City at the Showboat for the New Jersey
Oh,
HorrorCon.
tell me you're not staying there overnight.
No,
It's
I'm
such a
not.
Dump.
So there.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I've
Are
got.
you're not
Oh
going
wait,
to-
no, and
all right.
that's actually, I'm sorry. Oh crud. Right, go ahead. You do yours.
Okay.
I had one more.
I will be at Uber Geek Brewing Company on the 25th. And then on May 4th, I'll be doing stand up on a dinner cruise.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Now,
Do
I
you
don't
get
know what that
seasick?
looks like. It very well may be just somebody's boat,
Wait,
but
where is it out of?
I have no idea.
Well, how are you going to do it if you don't know where
I
it is?
will find out and I'll give a
Because if
flyer
it's out
next
of
week.
Patchogue, it's not bad. The only thing, there's a lot of fumes that you
Right.
smell.
I hope it's not with a lot of fumes, but
Well,
I will get the information for that, and that's where I will
Okay.
be.
So no surprise that the both of them made plans the weekend of my birthday.
Not on your birthday,
Mm-mm,
which
not on
is
your
on a
actual
Saturday.
birthday.
It's
birthday's
the
a Saturday.
Sunday.
It's a Saturday.
Your birthday's
I
May
know.
3rd. It's a Saturday.
But you made plans on the Sunday.
Because
So
are we not doing
What
anything
if I wanted
Saturday?
to have a Sunday dinner?
Too bad.
But
No.
see,
To the dinner cruise.
I don't have any options around my birthday. We
No,
gotta
this is-
celebrate her birthday 17 times every year. But my birthday, I'm lucky if I get one day. So
Come to
that's
the
it.
dinner
I got
cruise.
one day.
no matter what we do,
I would
Done.
actually
Never
like
good
to
enough.
amend what I
should
said.
I bring up the birthday
I'll
I
be-
had in
no.
I'll be on a dinner cruise on May 4th, which we are throwing for my aunt's birthday.
What?
Yeah.
Your aunt?
Everybody, of course, has to pay
Oh,
$100 per person, but it is for Aunt Amy's birthday.
Okay.
Is it really?
No.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
I want to go on some
I'm
dumb
always-
boat.
I'm always the last to know everything.
Well,
Like,
now you can't.
Well,
come on the
folks, that's it. Another episode of Guilted Into It in the books.
The only thing I can't guilt them into is being around for my birthday.
Oh, my
Oh my
God.
God. Stay tuned for Laughter
Wait a
Saves Lives
minute.
live with John LaRocchia and Rich Walker after us tonight.
Saturday is a perfect
See you
day.
next week. Judy's still talking. Bye.